What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Duran, and we're here to talk Celtics basketball. More specifically, my boy downtown Jaylen Brown. Now, Jaylen Brown had a really good fourth year, 20-6, a 48% field goal percentage. He was almost an all-star, a budding all-star, and he should have been an all-star in my opinion, but that's okay. Jaylen Brown has many all-star games in front of him. Now, let's cut straight to the chase. When we talk about like the keys to the championship year for the Celtics, what is it going to take to get banner 18? And these are one of my main keys, is Jaylen Brown has to become the second option on this team. Jaylen Brown has earned that right. He has improved his shooting, he has improved his scoring package, he has improved his handles, and he's become a better defender. He's a better overall player. And in my opinion, he has surpassed Kemba Walker as the second best player on this team. Just in my opinion, in the playoffs, he was way better. And that's just the truth. You know, all respect to Kemba Walker in the regular season, he had a really good year. Then, I'll give Kemba Walker a little bit of a pass because he was hurt and he was dealing with an injury throughout the playoffs. But Jaylen Brown he was fantastic during the playoffs. Jaylen Brown carried us for a lot of quarters in that playoffs. I would like to see Jaylen Brown become the second option on this team. I think that is the key for us to unlocking our true potential, is Jaylen Brown taking that next step in this coaching staff, kind of giving him the confidence and giving him more keys to the offense and allowing him to be more of himself. And when I say allowing him to be more of himself, I feel like this year we kind of put Jaylen Brown in more of a catch and shoot situation way more than he should have. And also in the playoffs, I give Brad Stevens credit, he did adjust a little bit, but there were too many times where Jaylen Brown was sitting in the corner and just waiting for someone to throw him the ball and waiting for someone to pass it to him where he can just shoot, catch and shoot. Like, he was just sitting in the corner. And I think that's on Brad Stevens. Jaylen Brown has to be way more integrated in this offense. Jaylen Brown needs to be in pick and roll situations. Jaylen Brown needs plays called for him far more than he did last year. And this is why I was a little puzzled when Gordon Hayward said that he wanted more touches in the offense, because honestly, in my opinion, I felt like he got more touches than he should have deserved, because I felt like Jaylen Brown was just a better player. And I feel like Jaylen Brown surpassed him probably after November. I think Jaylen Brown, that's like, I have an exact date in my head. I feel like Jaylen Brown surpassed Gordon Hayward in November. Like, he was just a better player, more athletic, a better defender, a better scorer. At that point, I thought Jaylen Brown was just better. And I feel like he deserves more to become a second option in this team. And Brad Stevens has to adjust. And shame on Brad Stevens if he doesn't, because Jaylen Brown shouldn't be put in this role where he's just sitting in the corner waiting for someone to pass in the ball, or he's just in these more of situations where he's running pin downs, kind of like Ray Allen, where he's just in these catch and shoot situations, because Jaylen Brown is far much better than that. Like, Jaylen Brown attacks the rim. Jaylen Brown puts pressure on defenses that can't keep up with him. He completely drives past defenders to the rim. Like, guys cannot stay in front of Jaylen Brown. And also, Jaylen Brown himself has to improve his handles if we're going to run more offense for him. And that's one of the problems that I feel like the coaching staff had, is they didn't have much confidence in Jaylen Brown's handles. Jaylen Brown, I would say this, in part, he showed us moments of him having the ability to have really good handles. And then there was parts where Jaylen Brown was just dribbling and just fumbling the ball, or he would bounce the ball off his foot. A lot of second year stuff that was kind of scary to see, really, because I thought Jaylen Brown had gotten past that a little bit. As far as being a scorer, Jaylen Brown just became a little bit more smarter, in my opinion. Knowing when to attack the rim, how to kind of contort his body a little bit to draw fouls. Jaylen Brown is becoming way more of a complete player now. And this is the time and the point. And this is also a good time right now where Kemba Walker's out of the lineup to really integrate him into the offense, really get some plays drawn for Jaylen Brown. We have got to unlock the best Jaylen Brown to unlock the best Celtics. And the proof showed itself. This is a stat. The Celtics are 38-19 just last season when Jaylen Brown scored 25 points or more. Like, the player, like, this is proven. Like, Jaylen Brown needs to be a bigger part of the offense, and I think that responsibility falls on Brad Stevens to really make that happen. There shouldn't be Marcus Smart should not end the game with more attempts than Jaylen Brown. That should not happen. That just should not happen. Like Jaylen Brown last season was around 15 field goal attempts a game. Like he should be around, like he should go up around like 20, 18, like up that number needs to go up. Those shot attempts need to go up. Like Jaylen Brown should be getting way more shot attempts up than he does in the game. This is our second best player in my opinion on the team. Like Jaylen Brown is going to be an all-star this year. Like flat out, I think Jaylen Brown is going to take that leap and be an all-star this year, go average 23 points per game, and I think he will. I think he's going to be an all-star this year. I think Jason Tatum's going to be a superstar this year. I think with their playoff versions that we saw of these players are way more indicative of what they're going to do in the regular season. Jaylen Brown was around 23 points per game, and then Jason Tatum was around 25 points per game. I think those players will take that into the regular season. That's who they are now. I don't think they're around 20 points or 23. Like, I don't think they're around that anymore. I think these guys are budding stars to us, and I think Jaylen Brown is the key. We need to have Jaylen Brown be way more integrated into this offense. It's way more effective than just relying on Kemba Walker as a second option. I think it's way more effective when Jaylen Brown is taking a blunt more of those shots. And we just need to make sure, please make sure that Marcus Smart is not ending games with more shot attempts than Jaylen Brown. That's honestly one of the worst stats. It's cringy to watch any game when Marcus Smart is taking more shots than Jaylen Brown, because I know Marcus has improved his shot attempts, and I know it feels like I'm picking on Marcus Smart almost every video. I do love Marcus, but it's just some things like this that just kind of drive me crazy, and I just have to talk about them. Like those things should be held in check, and this is also why I want Marcus Smart to be on the bench, because I feel like he takes shots away from our guys. Like he takes shots away from Jaylen and Jason, and I don't like it. And I would rather him be on the bench with the bench players, and we do need him on the bench in general. But this is a Jaylen Brown video, not a Marcus Smart rant. In closing, the Celtics are the best version of themselves when Jaylen Brown is integrated in the offense, when he's active, when he's moving around, when he has the ball in his hands, when he has plays ran for him, when Jaylen Brown just isn't sitting in the corner just waiting for someone to pass in the ball. And that's what really drove me crazy last year with Jaylen Brown, was that he was always delegated to these roles where he was just sitting in the corner. And I wouldn't really say I was frustrated with Jaylen Brown. I was more frustrated with the coaching staff and how they use Jaylen. Like Jaylen should be used way more in this offense than we do. And I think that when he's the best version of himself, we are the best version of ourselves. We have a better chance of winning a championship when Jaylen Brown is more active in the offense. And he's already proven that he deserves this. I feel like when the playoffs came around, he kind of established and put his foot down that, hey, I am the second best player on this team. And the offense and the team overall is at its best when I have the ball in my hands. Now, again, I say this, Jaylen Brown has to improve his handles. He has to improve his handles. If we're going to have him more on ball, he has to improve his handles. If we want to run more plays for him, he has to improve his handles. We want to put him in pick and roll options. He has to improve his handles. That is the biggest thing with Jaylen Brown. And I feel like that is the thing that's always been really holding him back is his ball handling. Like he has to get better. And I think he will. And I think he'll improve. And I think Jaylen Brown will become an all-star, in my opinion. He's a 23 point per game player. I think Jaylen Brown can reach that. I think he can do that this year. And he did it in the playoffs, really. I think he could do it this year. As always, I have nothing left for the video. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.